Good morning, everyone. Great to see all of you here today, and the people online. Good to see you, and thank you for joining today for our 2023 year-end purification and appreciation service. How's your year been? I see some smiling faces. I see some maybe I don't know faces. Are you worried? Worried about what's going on in the world today and around us? Here in San Francisco, there's a lot of news about crime and stores being broken into and a lot of theft, cars. We have to be very careful not to leave anything in our car in this neighborhood because it'll be broken into, windows smashed. There's this war in Ukraine that's been going on a long time, and it's in the news a lot. And I think it's a very important, serious matter. There's the Israel-Palestine conflict going on that a lot of people are concerned about. We have this divisiveness in our political system, and it's so polarizing. People are so polarized, it seems, today in our political system. But I think it's been a great year. There's been a lot to appreciate in 2023. And I think that's one of the things about the Konko faith that we really try to focus on is what we have to appreciate in our lives. Some of the things for me are seeing many new faces in the church and joining Konko and being interested in Konko. And I am really happy to see that. I was so happy that we're kind of in a new normal. I think a lot of us have adjusted to the new post-COVID normal. And so people are traveling again. I was really happy to be able to travel to Japan and to the Philippines this year. And as a church community, as a Konko community, we're getting together again. And we're adjusting to the new normal. People are getting together for services again. We had our Hatsumode New Year's event this year. We did Imagawa Yaki. I think maybe this was the second year, but Imagawa Yaki again. I had a very great turnout and a lot of participation for that. A bazaar. We had a very limited version of the bazaar that this year was really, we went fully into our bazaar and had a wonderful turnout and wonderful participation from everyone. We had the first Konko Churches of North America conference in person again for the first time in a long time. I think it was 3 years that we didn't have it in person. So it was great to see people from other Konko communities from other parts of the country and North America get together. We had a big celebration in Japan for the 140th anniversary of our founders passing, and many people got together with that. We here had a wonderful Thanksgiving dinner where people got together again and enjoyed. People shared camaraderie and food and drinks and a good time and good conversation. We had a lot to be grateful for, and people in this new normal for COVID, people handle it differently. And so some people feel more comfortable now coming to church or attending events without a mask. Other people are happy and grateful to be able to wear a mask and then come to events like this, and that's what's comfortable for them. And I think that the new normal is that people are accepting each other's choices in this matter. And talking about this acceptance, that was one of the big messages for me. I would say I wanted to share two things that for me have been really important this year. The first is this whole idea of acceptance. And in the Konko faith, I think we all know that in the Konko faith, everyone belongs. Everyone is a child of Kami-sama. We all belong. And to accept each other's differences is part of this faith. one of our founders' teachings is that you can be, some people are Buddhist, or some people are Shinto, or some people are Christian, and whatever a person chooses, they're still a child of Kami-sama. Everyone belongs. And we had an experience, it was this year and last year, where I feel really bad about our community. We actually, I think, did not do a good job during the COVID situation, where there are a lot of polarizing events, but one of the polarizing things during COVID was whether or not people should get a vaccine or not. And I think that we didn't do as good a job as I wish, and I wish that we could have done a better job in accepting the personal choices that people made during that really difficult time. And I think that we could do much better there. And so this idea of acceptance, the more I've gone through these years, is having this attitude that it's okay to have a different opinion and to accept people with different opinions. As I have developed and worked on my faith through the years, I've had this notion that there's this truth, there's what's real. And so for a long time, I had doubts. Does Kami-sama, is Kami-sama real? What is the real Kami-sama? Growing up, I mentioned that I liked comic books and the character Thor, the god of thunder from Marvel, and I grew up liking Thor. And then I was told that Thor's not a real god, and that the real god is this idea of a god up above, and a lot of the Western, pretty much Christian ideas of what is God. And I didn't know what the real God was. And today, what's the truth? We hear about all these divisive things. What's the truth about what's really going on in Ukraine and Russia, what's going on in Israel and Gaza? There's all the different perspectives, and there's different opinions. And if we could just try to get along and accept each other, I think will go so much towards trying to help make this world a better place. So acceptance has been a big theme for me this year. Another thing is it's a saying that they're using in Japan this year, emphasizing it's on o shite, on o kayasu. On o shite, on o kayasu. On. So on is, whenever I mention that word to somebody, I say, what does that mean? People shake their head and say, that's difficult. That's a difficult word to translate, on. But the word on is the key word in this teaching. And so if you Google on, you'll see that on is a noun, and some of the translations are kindness, blessings, favor, indebtedness. And a way that it's often used in Japan is on is a feeling that people have towards somebody like a really respected teacher, that they really respect what this person teaches them. And people feel indebted to their teachers or to their doctors or a lot of different people in their lives. But having that feeling of gratitude for the kindness, for the blessings, for the favor that people do for you, and acknowledging that and feeling that on is a core idea behind this teaching. And then from there on, it says on or shite. So shite is know, to know something, and to be aware or to realize. So on or shite, on or kayasu. Kayasu is the idea of returning, and so giving back. So if you feel this feeling of gratitude, if you feel this, then to give back. So that's what I picked up as the current sort of main message in Konko from Japan right now. And so how to translate on o shite, on o kaesu. And I have pondered this and thought about it, and there's no right or wrong interpretation. But for me right now, this phrase boils down to have faith. Have faith and be grateful. And I think that's, for me, really does summarize the Konko faith. Have faith, believe in Kami-sama, believe in the divine. I think that what we have growing in this community is the idea that Kami-sama, or the divine, or God, to have that feeling. I think that Haesung last month did a wonderful job of conveying this, that to have that feeling, that love, that appreciation, that connection with Kami-sama is what we are encouraging people to feel and experience. And that is how one of the main things that for me, I really came to try to embrace more this year. It's a journey, but I find it a wonderful goal to help direct me in my daily life, to look for, to be aware of, to appreciate Kami-sama, Kami-sama's blessings, and then to try to give back to Kami-sama by giving back to our world, by helping other people, by helping our planet. And so, hope your year was a good one. I hope that we're all able to think about and remember how much we have to appreciate in our lives with all this maybe bad news going on around us, but there's so much that we can appreciate. And so I hope that all of us, all of you, can think about this year in that context, and then we think about the new year in this context. So thank you all very much.